Right, okay. So your ceramic flowers will arrive in a box through the post. If you've had a vase, it won't be a letterbox size post, it will be bigger. So you want to open your box, and inside you'll have your flowers, some biodegradable cornstarch chips, and if you ordered leaves, they'll be wrapped separately. So in this particular package, I have leaves. So I've got 3 leaves, because this is a bouquet you can buy as a whole product on the site, which I'm going to be showing you how to use shortly. And then I've got the flower stems. So you want to start just by removing your flower stems. They'll be put in alternate directions if you've got a larger bouquet. So let me get these removed. And in the package as well, you'll get the postcard, which has got styling tips, and will take you to this link that you're probably watching now. So I'm going to get the box out of the way, but I'm going to keep these cornstarch chips because I'm going to use them in my vase to help me keep my flowers in position. If you don't have chips, crinkled tissue paper, crinkled scrap paper, you know, your bills, anything like that will do. So to start with, the flowers are all on a copper wire, which is 18 to 19 centimetres long. And you might want to vary the length of the wire to fit the vase you're going into. You're also going to find that all the flower heads are facing, and that's to allow us to package them in a way that's good for the post. So literally you can firstly hold the wire and gently angle the flower head to where you would like it. And we can tweak this when it's in an arrangement. So I'm just going to start tweaking each of the flower heads of the ones I've received. I'm not going to go straight up. I'm thinking of how flowers look naturally. So I'm not worrying about putting any curves in the wire or anything at this moment in time, but I'm just quick little tweak with my hand on those flowers. So here's one. I'm holding the flower. Let's hope it gets in focus for you guys. And then I'm just going to basically tweak the positioning. And I might tweak that a bit more in a minute. I'm also going to put a little gentle curve in this wire. So I was just using my thumb and my finger and I'm running it through. So it just looks a bit more natural how it looks in the wild. And I think that's something you really want to try and achieve when you're putting a bouquet together. So angling each of the heads in turn. So with these heads, I'm going to show you how to style these flowers in one of our medium vases. But before we do that, I want to show you how to attach our leaves. Now our leaves are on a little wire. This will be about 4 to 5 centimetres long. And literally, I'm going to put this one on a white head. Hold it where you want it to look. So think about the direction. It's unglazed on one side like the flowers. Hold the leaf, move these things out of the way for you, against the wire, and then just gently bend the wire around the copper stem. So you're twisting that wire around the copper stem, and then your leaf is attached. Just going to go one more. There's a little, you might find a little bit of black comes off the copper. That's totally natural. That's just the process it's been in the kiln while we fired the glaze. Now you might want to change the positioning. So I've got my flower. I've got my stem at full length at the moment, and I'm just going to fill my vase with the cornstarch chips. Now I'm using, if you're using a glass vase, you won't want to do this and you'll just want to put bends in your wire. But crinkled up paper, grabbing a sheet of paper, we made our stamp on this, just taking small bits, crinkling it loosely and making little balls is another perfect thing, or tissue paper, anything works. But the cornstarch chips are wonderful because you can literally stab the stem into them. So I'm going to start with this guy and I'm going to use him as my centre. So I'm going to put him in, and I want my leaf to be on show. I want this to look good. I'm going to start there. So I'm just going to build out from there. I've also got 2 heart leaves with this bouquet. So I'm going to use the heart leaves on my little wild flowers. And what I'm putting in at the moment are my large daisies. Now, I don't want them all to be the same height. So to change the height, I'm just gently got my thumb and finger, and I've gently bent that wire. So I've done a little bend in the wire. So I've got a variation of height. I've got to get through the stuffings I've put in there. So I'm just feeding down until I get a position I'm happy with. And I'm quite happy with that. And you can see with what I've got in that vase, that's staying very stable, which is brilliant. So we've also got a mint flower in this. Again, I'm going to make that one looking at the pink, I want to make this one a tiny bit lower than the pink. So I'm just lowering the slightly bigger bend. If I'm not happy with the bend, I can just straighten it, run it through my fingers. I can get it back. So you can just bend where you want. The wire is very malleable, which is why we use copper. We love the fact that it's a very natural material and it's malleable. So you're getting a nice little arrangement started, and we've got some height differences, which is what makes it. I'm going to take a little bit of height off this one as well. And again, we're going to dive in. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just feeling my way through what I've got at the bottom, knocking things out of position as I go, which is bound to happen, and then just working on loosely on the positioning of these flowers. So I've got some smaller daisies in this. I definitely want these lower. I think that, you know, and I also want to look at the balance of colours. It's totally up to you how you style your bouquet. This is just a guide and to show you how easy these are to tweak. And the goal really is to get something that looks quite natural. So I'm just going to do a little, I think this one around here, get this one quite central. And again, I'm just using my finger on the wire. Move that one. And then just, I'm not afraid of bossing them around with my fingers as I'm doing this, and we'll tweak it at the end. So at the moment, yeah, we'll keep going. So these guys, they're wildflowers. They remind us of the sort of trumpet type flowers you find in hedgerows in the spring. In fact, they tend to last pretty much all year round. And they're quite, I like styling them in quite a bendy type of way. The hearts look fantastic on these. So I want a heart leaf going this way to counteract my other leaf. So I'm just going to attach this leaf. So literally winding it around again, as I did the other one, keeping it nice and tense. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure on with my finger and thumb, pulling it away, but holding it stable here. Sorry if the focus goes out. There you go. So I've got this one styled. I've got another white one over here, but I think I'll put the other leaf on the pink. Actually, I've bent that too far, so I'm going to pull that back. I think I'm going to bend around here. So again, it's not being, you know, don't put something in and think that's the final, you have to have it that way. Play, get it how you want it to look. Stumbling around. So I'm going to put the leaf quite high. Might even go higher actually. So I'm holding the leaf tight to the body, and then once I've done that first twist, quite firm twists around. And as I said, there's little black bits that will come off the wire. That's totally natural. It's just the excess. This is a special wire that we can use within the kiln. So again, look how cute that is. So I'm going to do this one probably to the back, or actually I might go for a placement around here. Looking at that. So I'm going to just up him again. So I've double bent that. Now, if I'm not happy, it's really easy to bend that wire back. So I'm going to play around with him until I get where I want. And because he's quite growing, I put a little bit of a kink in him or her, emasculating my flowers. I think, let me get this. I want to break up my pink solids over there. But I think I'm going to do that with this guy. So I'm going to bring this one out. I want this one a bit more up. There you go. And around. And it's just not being scared. Like as I'm moving these guys, I'm using my fingers to get the wire to behave as I want it to behave. And lastly, I'm going to get this one in here. Get a bit further out. So I'm actually resting the wire shape on the edge of the vase as I was doing that. And I think, let me just tweak this around to get where I want. Let's have a look. I'm hoping, quite pleased with that actually. Let me move that away. There you go. It looks quite natural. Maybe a little more height here. So don't be scared of getting another little bit of paper or cornstarch chip. You've got the ones that came with the package, and just manipulating it into the position you want. That one there. And then you've got a nice little, very natural looking arrangement. So Hope you like that one. Just to show you as well, that's our medium-sized vase. This is our small vase, and this is a flower stem I've already attached a flower to. So obviously I don't want this flower to look disproportionate to the vase. So I'm going to put a bend in. I'm going to go around here. Now I might be getting this wrong, so if I am, I'm going to go back to it. I've already nicely kinked this wire. Let's see if we can make this work. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure to the side because I haven't got anything holding this one. Let me just see. Yeah, I'd go with that sort of placement. In fact, I'd probably bring him up a little bit. Let's just see. Yeah, looks really natural, really cute, very easy. So the flowers, and then you've got the little leaves which you come with the bouquets, as it will tell you what's in the box, or you can buy them as an add-on to the stems. But it's that simple to style. The copper is very malleable and very easy to achieve good results with. Hope you have fun trying to style yours.